Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yoki Man here and welcome back to another episode of Bringing Back Bolton. And what's that? You want to know where we finished in the league? We've done it, boys. Bolton are promoted to the Championship. Woo! Have you seen it? The scenes! We're away as well, which is weird because I'm not sure they usually give you the trophy when you're away, but they've given us it when we're away. But look at that. I'm waltzing around the stadium. Look at it. The scenes! Oh, we've done it, boys. We've finally done it. Season 3. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we finally achieved this. This has been the goal for such a long time now. And Bolton are the champions of League One. Oh, all the debt, all the problems led to this moment. I get to lift that trophy aloft. So do the rest of the lads. The team that have worked so hard this season. Come on! Onwards and upwards, up to the Championship. That's right, boys. Bolton are champions of League One, and we have achieved the first goal on this road to bringing back Bolton, and I am so happy. Champions, 103 points as well. I think it was a record total. I can't remember. I'm sure I got that email, but I am absolutely over the moon. I just can't understand it. We just went on a ridiculous run towards the end of the season. We'd had a good year anyway. We'd had a fantastic year. It's been a fantastic time to play Bolton. It's been so fun, but 103 points. We finished top of the leagues, boys. And we just are champions. And Championship next season, it's going to be interesting, but maybe that might help the debt a little bit. Surely the commercial summary's got to look good now, but let's check out all the end of the season stuff. But first of all, let's see the run-in that led us to win the league. Right, boys, so in the run-in for the end of the season, we lost just once. One game the entire time, and that was to Portsmouth. And to be honest with you, I'm so over the moon. I am so over the moon. Wins against Oxford 3-0. I mean, look at it. We really performed out of our skins. It's like the lads really wanted to win it. Now, I'm sorry I didn't use the 4-4-2 for the entire end of the season. The form started with the 3-0. Well, it started the month before, to be honest with you, using the 4-2-3-1 wide. And it just didn't stop. So I wasn't going to change the formation for nothing. I was just going to keep going with it because it was looking really promising that we was just going to keep on winning. And we did. We moved on, we beat Wimbledon, we beat Shrewsbury 3-1, the 1-0 defeat to Portsmouth after having a player sent off really just dug the nail in. But I knew already after the prior couple of seasons that we find form late on. Coventry 4-0, Blackpool 3-3, which was a crazy game. This match was absolutely crazy because this was a top-of-the-table clash at the time. We beat Wigan. We didn't beat Wigan. Hopefully we do next season, though. We beat Wycombe 2-0, Mansfield 4-0. Newport we drew 1-1, but then we went on a run that would just really see us lift that trophy. We beat Walsall 4-0, Bristol Rovers 3-2, and that was the game that you saw. That's where we won the trophy at. Then beat Luton 2-1 and Ipswich 3-1. So that was the running, guys. That has been the season, and it has been a fantastic season. Let's see Bolton promoted to the Championship. But first of all, let's see who's coming down from the Championship and see what kind of teams will be competing within the Championship next season. Right, guys, so this is how the Championship is looking. Sheffield got promoted. West Brom promoted. We don't know yet who goes up through the playoffs. Hopefully it'll be Leeds. As a Leeds fan, I'd rather not play them. Swansea, Barnsley and Derby got relegated. So it'll be interesting to see. Let's take a quick look at the Premiership to see who's going to be coming down. So Brentford we know about so far, but it could be Palace, could be Villa. There's a few big teams that are going to be in there with us. It doesn't really matter too much. I don't really care about what kind of teams we're going to be playing against. I just the excitement of being in the Championship. I must admit we're going to have to massively overachieve next season to do anything in the Championship, but hopefully with some more loan signings just become great. I would happily, I'm going to show you the team now really quick. I would happily keep this all next season. Push Emmanuel back in there. Now, we have re-signed contracts for Emmanuel and Politic. These are big for me because I would rather keep them. Now, we're going to try and move on a lot of players in the off-season, but these are two players that I do not want to lose. In fact, this lineup that you are looking at right now, adding in Boone, who I replaced to give Gabadibo, nailed it, Gabadibo some game time, is exactly the lineup I'd like next season, with the question of whether Murphy would be in it or not. But this is the lineup I'd be happy to have. Now, the problem is Vandenberg on loan, Brekalo on loan, Abraham on loan and wanted, and Edmondson on loan. So unless we can pick up those players, I'm not sure what's going to happen. But I would love to be taking this team up into the Championship and playing with this exact squad, probably using this tactic again next season, and just seeing how we got on. It'd be interesting to see how we got on, but unfortunately that's not the scenario we're in. With the debt and the fact that we've had to loan a lot of players, there's no guarantee we're going to play this team. Probably the chances are that we're going to lose a couple of players like Timmy Abraham, who is wanted, may be able to get Brekalo and set back, and I pray that they've got to loan me Edmondson back. And if Leeds get promoted, there's no need for Edmondson in their squad. Clearly they don't value him as someone who's going to be a starter, and he can definitely be a starter for Bolton. Every single season, as long as I'm allowed him, I will have him. But let's just look at some of the end of season stuff, and we'll go through the squad real quickly to check out how they've been performing, who we're happy with. You already know, Ryan Edmondson. There's actually not that much to talk about when we go through the squad because I'm extremely happy with them. In fact, let's talk about the finances first and the impact that may have on us moving forward. Right, guys, so this is the finances, and as you can see, we managed to spend an entire season in the green. We spent an entire season in the green or the white. Do you call it on FM? In the white? But basically in profit, so that we weren't losing. We didn't make profit this season, but so we weren't losing money, even though we were losing it rapidly. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm just baffling on now. But yeah, so we stayed in the white for the entire season, which is the first time that's happened since being at Bolton. That was heavily down to the sale of Darcy, but I mean, it was decent. Now, let's look at the debt. This is the most important part. So there is only 27 million. I know this sounds crazy that I'm saying only 27 million. There's only 27 million left to pay off. So that means we only need to find 27 million. I'm assuming by going up to the championship, there's going to be more money. I'm already understanding that the 50,000 per week wage budget that we have is probably going to be terrible. As we move up into the championship, I think it's probably going to hinder us. It's probably going to hold us back. But I don't care. We made it to the championship. This is going to be a happy episode. Enough of the doom and gloom. Let's stop looking at this page. Let's look at the end of season stuff. And so Bolton's end of season awards. What a surprise. Player of the season, Ryan Edmondson. Goal of the season, Ryan Edmondson. And guess what? Young player of the season, Ryan Edmondson. He just really is a beast. He's a fantastic player. Now, the signing of the season was Jail and Bennett. I can never say it. I'm just going to say Neil Bennett. He's been fantastic when he's played. He's not played much now, let's be honest with ourselves, and he's probably a player I'll look to move on if we can make anywhere near that kind of money. If not, we'll probably keep him around, but he's not even League 1 level, so he's League 2 level, and if you look, it's a huge problem for him. He's got pace, which is basically what I based my signing him on. Oh, he's quick, I'll sign him, which I think may work in the lower levels, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Physicals, I feel like, are very strong at the lower levels, and if you can find someone with that kind of pace, especially if you're counter-attacking, it does seem to work well. He's had an okay season, scoring 6 goals, a lot of them off the bench, but he's a good quick player to bring on when the rest of the team is tired, especially the opposition team is tired. But again, he's nothing to write home about, and that's the problem, and that seems to be current theme. Let's look at a season review. I mean, there's not much really to talk about. It was just fantastic. 54% full though, which is an issue. I'm hoping we can fill it more next season, which is more money in our pocket, so hopefully we can fill it a little bit more next season. The expectations, make the most of set pieces. Very, very ambitious of you there, Bod. What they expecting? Avoid relegation. So exactly what I didn't want. I wanted fight bravely against relegation. I'm just understanding, though, that surely I've done enough here that if we do get relegated, as long as we fight bravely, that if we do get relegated, surely I don't get sacked. No, surely. We're just going to accept the current vision because we're not going to be able to change it. I'll do the end of team meeting now. So I basically just told them, let's avoid relegation. It seemed to work okay. I don't mind where the Bolton training camp is. That's not an issue to me. And there's nothing much else to say. Hopefully I win manager of the year, but we don't have a clue about that yet. I couldn't even win it in April and we won every single game. So, I mean, I don't know what more they wanted from me. We drew to Blackpool? No, that's not ours. But I don't know. I didn't get it. Did we win every game in April? No, we drew to Newport, so maybe that's why we didn't get it, because we drew to Newport. But anyway, let's look at the squad that won us League 1. Fantastic, boys. As you can see, there's a lot of great rated players here. You already know the score. We talked about in the last episode about players that maybe we could move on and keep. It's going to be a real struggle. Players like Jordan Boone and others. Now, I'm understanding that when we get the reputation boost, players may be worth more. So we're certainly going to hold on to all our players for as long as possible. There's still some players in there growing, though. Cameron is someone who continuously keeps to grow. It could certainly be a starter for us next season, or probably a fourth starter for us next season. Connor Stanley, again, is a player that they really rate. I just don't see him going anywhere. But as an out-and-out winger, he's not bad, and he's quick. So maybe if we can get him some more game time. It's been difficult for him because of Timmy Abraham this season, and he's now wanted on transfer. And usually the case, if they're wanted on transfer, they're not going to do anything for us next season because they're going to go. Dennis is he's come good. He's played a lot more football towards the back end of the season, which has really helped improve him. Callum Richards again. There's a few more players with a bit better ability now. Still good potential, but a bit better ability. Like, we had a lot of these 2-star players that had like 5-star potential, but they're changing out. Like, Marcus Dassaran was a player who I really thought could become something. Now we're probably going to try and sell him for some profit this year. And there's quite a few players like that, like Jay Fitzmartin, again, another player I thought could achieve. But Nathan Wally's been all right. Adam Senior is a player we really need to get off the books. The problem is with Adam Senior is he's costing us a lot. He's costing us 2.6k in wages. He's not worth that much. He's been very much injury prone for me. He's not even League One level. Now, his attributes are okay, not a problem, but they're not exactly improving. He's now 20, and he's a bit dead wood, to be honest with you, purely because of the wages. If we were paying him way less, he'd be good to use as like a utility player or a backup player, but we're paying him way too much money. So he needs to go. Sonny Graham, again, improved a lot more this season. I'm excited to see what he can do. But there's so many players here, like Ben Hocknell will probably be a player that needs to go. Hereford Lockett needs to go. Eddie Brown, Remain Mundell, Michael Craig. There are so many players here that probably need to go. I would like to keep hold of Ryan Delaney if at all possible. He had a pretty decent season. Connor Matteson needs to go. 2.6k, we're paying him way too much money. Connor Hall. See, so the problem is there's a lot of players here. Wayne Hennessy's only a 2-star ability player, but he was solid for us. But again, we probably need another goalkeeper. I'm going to have to work some miracles this year in the preseason, and I've had to do that every season so far, and this year we hit it. We hit it perfectly, but if I'm honest, there are so many players here that we need to look to move on that we're not going to get that much money for. And then so many players that then we're going to have to bring in. So the Championship is going to be a real difficult season. Also, while we're on this screen, and if you did make it this far into the video, please hit that like button and the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. I'd really appreciate that. I'm loving the support on the series, and as a growing YouTube channel, and an aspiring growing YouTube channel, anyway, at least, I would really love it if you could chuck me that subscribe. Means a lot. And the like means a lot. It helps the channel out. But I just want to let you guys know that this is going to become a little bit more regimented now. The guarantee is one Bolton video a week. One Bolton video a week. And 320 videos a week. That is where we're sat at. Now, some weeks there may be 2 Bolton 220. And then some weeks there may be, it'll always be one Bolton though. You're guaranteed an episode of Bolton every week, and that day will most likely be Wednesday, which should be tomorrow. I'm recording this on Tuesday. So every Wednesday, 6 o'clock, Bolton will be up. I'm going to go to a little bit more regimented with the YouTube stuff because I've been finding myself falling behind and then being in front and double upload, and like it's all over the shop. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Just like Bolton's finances, it's a mess. So we're going to 6 o'clock uploads, and that'll be 4 times a week, but Bolton is guaranteed Wednesdays. So that will be your day for the Bolton save. Be Wednesdays, but keep your eyes peeled because it may be uploaded another day as well, depending on how much footage I've actually managed to get done with Bolton. And considering how much I'm enjoying playing the save, it could be more. It could be more some weeks. But anyway, guys, we're done with that business now. That's all the jibber jabber out of the way. Let's look at the plans for next season. So as mentioned, guys, next season we're going to try and play this formation again. Hopefully it will work for us. My idea is to hopefully re-sign all the loan players. That's a given. We need to bring them back. But also, what's really key is to keep improving the squad. So I'm going to utilise the loans again next season, but I think there is a restriction in the Championship. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it may be 5 loan players in a matchday squad. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure that's the rule. But also, we're going to start looking at free transfers again. We did really well with free transfers this season. I mean, we probably could have brought in some better players, but we did fairly well. So I'm hoping to utilise free transfers again next season. I mean, hopefully the free transfers will take us in a good direction. At the moment, we do actually have some transfer budget and wage budget, which is interesting because they've not set the transfer or wage budget, but we're actually looking pretty decent. Hang on a minute. Have they set the transfer or wage budget? Now, I'm pretty sure they haven't set the transfer or wage budget, but our wage budget has now gone up to 98 grand per week, which it wasn't before, and the transfer budget is 282k. So Hopefully that's not the initial budgets, but to be honest with you, if that is the initial budgets, that's not bad. I was expecting probably 0 on the transfer budget, and maybe at tops 90k per week at tops. I mean, ideally, I feel like 100k is a good round number per week when you're moving up, but I'm not too unhappy with that. We'll advance forward a little bit and see if the budgets do come in. So guys, the commercial summary has come back, and unfortunately it's not really what I wanted. Now, the sponsorship's gone up, which is really good. We've got a new 1-year deal of 500k, which will definitely help a stadium sponsor, and shirt sales have been fantastic, which is absolutely great. Corporate and hospitality has gone up, match day and commercial, retail, that kind of thing's gone up. But what's a little bit of a shame is the broadcast revenues have been down, and so has the competition prize money, which to me just seems a little bit insane considering we won League One, and probably I think we were on TV more this season. But hey, it is what it is, but that's the commercial summary for this season. Right, guys, so the season is officially done and dusted now. The medals are being handed out, and I just wanted to bring you this because obviously it's massive for us in terms of finances, which is really key in this save. And because of the League One Solidarity Payment Scheme, Bolton have received the sum of 723k just for participating, which is fantastic because before any sales, it still boosts us a little bit. Now, we roughly know 5 million per season. This means that we only need, let's just say, 4 million more in sales and revenue that comes into the club with the friendlies and whatnot, which just really does boost the morale and my attitude towards how we're going to do next season, because it does mean we've got a little bit more leeway getting that kind of money in. So some great news. Jacob Ramsey actually got Player of the Year. 38 appearances, 8 goals, 9 assists. He had a really good back run. An average rating of 7.27. So yeah, Player of the Year for Jacob Ramsey, and I hope we get him back. But also, Timmy Abraham, to our surprise, got top goal scorer. Now, it's a little bit harsh because Timmy had 21 goals and so did Ryan Edmondson. As you can imagine, though, they were absolutely key to us staying, not to us staying up, to us getting promoted because of both of them getting 21 goals each, and Politic chipped in with goals as well. Ramsey got goals. We were very good actually in front of goal this season. But yeah, we got joint top goal scorers of the season with Timmy Abraham and Ryan Edmondson. We didn't do too bad with team of the season either. We've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players in team of the season. Emmanuel, Boone, Hennessy was there. Politic, Graham, Murphy, Abraham and Edmondson. And what's great to see is only 2 of those players are on loan. The rest all got in the team of the season, which is fantastic for us. Since youth has been quite a big theme for us this season, I thought we'd just take a quick look to see if there's any young talents, and there's one. Daniel Brown, and that is it. He's already wanted by Barnsley, but he's got an okay contract length for the moment, and I think we probably will push him up next season. I know he's 16 years of age, but I really feel like we don't have much of a choice. Giving him game time as quickly as possible will be decent. With that 14 passing, I'm liking that already. He's good, but determination is pretty poor. Right, guys, so I've got all the way to June 1st and still no budget, so I'm assuming I either missed it or we just didn't get the email, which is a little bit frustrating because we usually bring you that towards the end of the episode. But the budget for this season will be 282k and the wage budget will be 22k per week, which really does leave us room to strengthen quite a bit, I think, with free transfers moving forward. I'm not going to go over the top. I'm literally going to pick up a great starting 11 with maybe an okay 7 on the bench, and then the rest of the players will be youth. We won't be signing any big contracts besides the starting 11 and the 7 on the bench. I just want to get a solid core of that, and then besides that, we will just continue to use the youth players. I'm already having a look, and there's some decent free transfers by the looks of it already moving forward, so I'm excited to see what we could do. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this episode of Bringing Back Bolton. Thank you very much for watching the series so far. I cannot wait to bring you Season 4 and see what we can do in the Championship, and the next step on the ladder, really, in terms of moving forward here with Bolton, which is fantastic. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're well, and I'll see you in the next one.